Come on in and rest your saddle sides partners while Bullet Gorge hosts Monday Night Combat. GG Stack here with my color commentator, Hall of Fame combatant, Chip Valvano. Looks like another barn burner, eh, Chip?
Boy, you said it, GG. Arson can be fun.
I never said anything of the kind, Chip.
Doesn't matter, it's still true.
Okay, let's get straight to the action.
And that is the new commentators for Monday Night Combat. Welcome everybody. We have a patch to go over. I have already gone over Leo, the new pro added, so I will not be talking about him. This is a pretty big patch, so I'll probably be talking about it more in another video. This is a brief video to go down some of the larger changes, and probably the biggest of which doesn't even have anything to do with combat or gameplay at all. It is the removal of Mickey Cantor from the game entirely. He is gone, replaced with two new commentators, known as GG Stack and Chip Valvano. The breakdown of this is pretty much that Rodney Sherwood, the voice actor for Mickey Cantor, is not able to work with Uber this time around. It is mostly a guild issue. The way it works is that I believe he is part of the Screen Actors Guild, and they have a stipulation that if you hire one actor, you must hire the rest from the guild. So that is not viable at any rate. I don't have any sort of ill will towards the Screen Actors Guild or anything like that. I'm not even sure if it's the Even Right Guild or anything, but it is a union guild issue. But the rules are in place for a reason, and it's just a unfortunate breakdown of things. So I know for a lot of people that's pretty devastating. I did meet with the voice actor of GG Stack at PAX. He's a real nice guy. He does voices for Wascott, Veteran, and so forth. So definitely got some good talent there. And I'm hoping that the addition of an extra announcer for the game will add a little more interplay. The two do know each other, and they sort of play off each other really pretty well. So we'll see how that turns out. There's not a lot more to say about it. Either you like it or you don't. It's really, I will say right now, at PAX, the developers are all very disappointed and very apologetic about the removal of Sherwood from the game, and are hoping, they're just making the best of a bad situation. So really not a lot to be done about it. But it is, Mickey will be missed. As per the stipulations, his old files will not be in the game also. They were using his older voice files from the previous Monday Night Combat, but they're also gone. There'll be no Mickey Cantor lines at all in the game. It'll be purely Chip and Stack. Getting into actual gameplay stuff here, one of the big changes for me was the addition of set drops from bots. Bots now will always drop the same items all the time. It's no longer random. Watch here, I'm killing a gremlin, he will drop a churro, and he drops it. As a commando, this is fantastic for me because it means I can go up, fight, always find a gremlin to fight and just use that to pretty much get myself back into the fight. It is a big departure for the game. It means that you cannot rely on drops to heal yourself, because the only thing that really drops churros and armor shards are now I believe blackjacks, bouncers, jackbots, and gremlins. So as far as the normal lane bots go, you're pretty stuck with just money, and I believe Fuji bots drop 2 juice boxes. That's about all you got going for you. And that is definitely a big departure. You got to play a little more safely in the game. Makes harassing a little more viable, because you have to sit back and get healed or use money on a Regenitol. In addition, they also lowered the juice you get for taking damage, so harassing people is also more viable in that degree. You're not really just feeding a guy juice by attacking them. I believe juice is more common now because of the guaranteed drops from the Fuji bots. Even though they did reduce the amount you get from taking damage, still a bit more common because you're getting lane juice. But I haven't really been noticing a difference. But I haven't really been paying attention to that either, so there you go. As far as other changes, they have colored in the summon bots now. Summon bots still do not drop anything. Oh, here's a new animation for the Wascott for his grapple. You cannot grapple Bullseye. You get a little animation that wastes your time and does nothing else to you. And they're adding some unique ones. That's one unique for Wascott now, and that's pretty funny. It's pretty good. But as far as the rest of the patch changes go, they have changed Assault. He got some big changes. Mostly his fly can be disabled by a lot of secondary attacks. If you hit him with your secondary fire, like, I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head, Cheston's Banana, I believe, does it. It will turn off his fly. I'm not sure how well that works, if that shuts it off for amount of time, or if it just lets him switch it right back on right away and he just loses a little bit of altitude. Not quite sure. I haven't really. It's kind of, I mean, it's still hard to hit him in the air while he's flying. If an assault knows what he's doing, he'll make himself hard to hit. So his Wascott, he already lost his fly when I hit him with my hook anyway. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to hit him with the bacon anytime soon here, but I have not tried it yet. Other changes to the patch include, let's go through the things here. Now they changed the way Bacon and Chicky work. They do not stack with themselves anymore, but they do stack with each other. Chicky, they're similar, but they have some differences. Like Bacon now gives you plus 25% damage while you have it, whereas Chicky now gives you, let's see here, 25% skill recovery. That's about the only. I don't know. They both get skill recovery. I'm not really sure what the big difference here. Chicky is temporary now, 4 minutes instead of permanent. Bacon's still permanent. Kind of a weird choice since Bacon's still random from Bullseye, but we'll see how it works. They did add the pack skins, which you can still buy as of this recording, but that will not be there for a while. For product changes, Bot Buster is now only plus 100. That was a great product before, so this is probably a necessary change. Can't stun this. A big thing Carls were doing is that they were using Can't Stun This on themselves to block their electrocute, because if you get close enough, if Carl's too close, he can't electrocute himself, and they made him immune to his own stun. Powerful, I'm not sure if it needs to be nerfed, especially when you look at his other nerfs. They changed Spunky to 1500 for the Spunky machines instead of 2000 coins, which struck me as odd because it felt like that just weakens jackbots even more. I usually don't buy jackbots these days because it's very easy to counter them with a Spunky purchase. Now it's even easier. Metal Lightning is now 200 coins. Not really worth staying anymore. Looking at bigger changes now. Bananas from Cheston now break grapples. Headshots turn off fly, which is not really a secondary, but it's in the spirit of it. They really nerfed Carl. He had his stun. His stun now has a reduced projectile speed, and only at level 4 does it get up to its old speed. It's really slow now. I've heard players saying you can actually walk into it, and it seems like they went really crazy with the nerfs on Carl. I know he was a bit ridiculous before, but they have a tendency to do, when people suggest nerfs, they sort of do all of them at once instead of just doing a handful. So now his stun is slower. His juniors only explode after I guess a primer time. So you don't instantly get hit by one when he throws it at you. And on top of that, I think that's about it for his nerfs, though. Yeah. Mostly stun this time. Oh yeah, and of course Can't Stun This no longer protects him from his own self-stun. As for other big changes, Wascott, his bacon no longer uses, or his tofu bacon no longer uses ammo, which is kind of nice. It's got a long cooldown to it, but I've made some use of that now. It's getting a lot better as an alt fire. Also lasts a lot longer. Won't just hang there for like 2 seconds to go away. Shifty Shuffle fixed some instances where the skill would be used, but Shifty Shuffle would restart, or would not start. That has not been fixed. I had just had it happen in a game recently. I don't think it was this game, but it was a different game. Still really annoying, still happens. I guess it happens less often, but it still happens, which really sucks. And that's at the end of this game, and at the end of my patch discussion here, there is, looking at patches now, it's not as huge as you think. It's a big patch, but it's not, it's a few small, not small, but a very small number of changes, and they're very big changes. Mostly the set bot drops, changes of juice, and Mickey's not even a change, but Mickey feels like a big change. He is a big change, because we'll all miss Mickey. And that's the end of this video. We'll dedicate it to Mickey in his memory. Oh, and of course, if you want a let's go through these skins here. If you want a gunslinger skin, post in the comments. I believe I will start handing out winners this weekend, and I will announce them. So post a comment, get a skin, and enjoy that skin. And I will see you all next time. Here's the scoreboard. You know how it works. See y'all later.
Today's broadcast was brought to you in part by the Kovitz Hanley Investment Group.